What's up, guys? Welcome back. During hunting season, I make sort of a mental note of what part of my setup needs improvement or what I need to add, remove, or change to make me lighter, faster, stronger in the field. So during the off season, it's the perfect time to do that. Last year I was using a ring of 4 steps from Treehopper, and while they were great, I could see that it wasn't working out as well as I'd hoped. The steps were great as far as functionality goes, but packability and the fidget factor was definitely an issue for me. I did like how the steps locked together to pack them up as tight as possible, but the steps were about 1.5 inches wide, and by the time you put the 4 steps together and wrapped the strap around it, you were at about 7 inches, and it was really awkward to pack. So after a bunch of research, I decided to go a different route, and there were really 3 options that fit my criteria. My criteria being they needed to be light, packable, and the fidget factor needed to be cut down to a minimum. So in my mind, the only way to go was an aluminum step. The 3 options I had were the Hawk Monkey Bars, the Squirrel Steps by Eastern Woods Outdoors, and the Pioneer Steps by Bullman Outdoors. And so I decided to go with the Bullman Outdoors Pioneer Steps. These steps are 3/4 of an inch wide, and you have 3 inches of footing here. And you can fit up to 1.25 inch strap, but it works great with a 1-inch strap. And even with silencing tape on them packed together, you're still under about 3.5 inches, and with the strap run through it and wrapped around, you're still under 4 inches. So you're about 3 inches shorter than the Treehopper plastic steps. And believe it or not, these are actually lighter than the Treehopper steps. So to give you an example, this strap weighs 6.53 ounces, and each one of these steps weighs 3.8 ounces. And even if you add the camo wrap, you're only adding about 8 or 9 ounces, and that's going to bring each step to 3.17 ounces. So 4 of these steps is 12.68 ounces plus the 6.53 ounces for your strap and buckle. You're coming at 19.21 ounces, which is around 1.2 pounds. The Treehopper steps were 4.5 ounces each, which was 18.202 ounces for 4 steps, plus the 6.53 ounces for your strap, comes to a total of 24.53 ounces, or 1.5 pounds. So not only did we cut down on size, but we also cut our weight down by almost 25%. So all of the options that I mentioned before are extremely close in size, weight, footing, everything. There was one reason that made me go with these steps here from Bullman Outdoors, and it's really quite simple. Price. Normally these steps are about $10 a piece, but Bullman was running a sale and each step was $4.75 a piece. They also had package deals, where you could buy 5 or 6 steps with a cam buckle strap, or you could build your own package to where you can get anywhere from 1 to 25 steps if you wanted, with straps and silencing tape and all that good stuff. So after everything was all said and done, I paid about $28 for 4 steps and the silencing tape, and that includes tax and shipping and all that good stuff. The ones that really caught my eye before were the Eastern Woods Outdoors Squirrel Steps. I really love Eastern Woods Outdoors. I buy a lot of stuff from them, and I'm going to continue buying stuff from them, and this is not to bash them in any way, but their steps were about $25, $26 a piece. By the time you bought 4 steps and a strap, silencing tape, shipping, and all that good stuff, would be about $126. The Hawk Monkey Bars, I think, were normally like $40 to $49, depending on where you bought them from, and Midway USA had them listed for $49.99, but they were running a sale on them for $29.99, and that was a set of 4 steps, and it came with a cam buckle strap. But I really like Eastern Woods Outdoors cam buckle, so I would want to upgrade to that. After you add about $12 plus shipping for your cam buckle, you're still looking at about $50 for your Hawk steps. Now, I'm pretty sure that Bullman Outdoors dropped the price on these because they're about to release a new step, but it's a good opportunity for me to try these out to see if I even like these or not. So anyway, one might ask, why would you use a ring of steps and a platform? Because I'm a one-stick climber, I use an Eastern Woods Outdoors Ultimate One Stick with the Ultimate Platform. So while that is a great platform, you still have an issue, especially on bigger trees, stepping around to the other side of the tree to get your shot. Another thing is, whenever you're sitting there waiting on a deer, just standing on the platform can become a little bit cumbersome, and you start getting fidgety, and that's bad business for deer hunting. So what I do is I take 4 of these steps, and I will put one at 9 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock, and then I'll split the difference on the backside. And so I put that about 3 inches taller than the top of my platform. So what that allows me to do is, when I'm sitting there, instead of having both feet on my platform, I can stick my feet out to either side of the tree, lean my knees into the tree, and kick back. And I don't know if you've ever done that before, but it's really comfortable, and it can really add some longevity to your sit. So the other 2 ways that you could use these is, if you're a one-stick climber and you don't have a platform on your one stick, you can use your one stick to climb up, set up your ring of steps, and you probably need more than 4, say probably around 6, but you put the steps all the way around the tree, and that allows you to access all sides of the tree. So the other way to use these is, you can buy say 10 or 12 of these, and you can buy 10 or 12 straps, and then you can use them for tree steps to use that as a method of climbing the tree. So I'm pretty partial to using my one stick to climb, but I definitely love the idea of being able to kick my feet out to the side to be able to relax a little bit during my hunt, and also being able to access the back of the tree. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to take you outside and see if we can find a shady spot, and I'm going to show you how to install these on the tree, and what it looks like to use the Eastern Woods Outdoors OCB buckle. So I've got my stick on the tree, and as I'm climbing, I would have my ring of steps in my pouch on the side of my saddle. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got my stick on the tree, and I'm going to put my lineman's belt on and go up 1 step, and just to kind of simulate what it's going to be like trying to put this on hanging from the tree, because doing it from here, obviously that's going to be a lot different than it would be in a real life scenario. So I did already go ahead and put my tether on, and I'll go ahead and climb up, tether in, take my lineman's belt off, and then kind of show you what it's going to look like going around the tree. But first I want to show you this specific buckle that I bought, the Eastern Woods Outdoor OCB buckle, and it's got this clip attached to the end. And so this buckle is completely separate, but what this does, it allows you to keep your buckle on the strap without having to feed it through every time. And that cuts down on your fidget factor by 100. So imagine throwing this around the tree and then having to hold this together while you're taking your tag in and feeding it through the buckle. Some folks might find that easy, but not I. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna lay this on top of the steps. I'm gonna climb up there with my lineman's belt, 1 step, and put them on. Okay, so at this point, I've literally just got 1 foot inside the top step of the Ultimator, and throw this around the tree. You're going to clip this clip onto the brass hook, and then you'll pull this tight, and then you can kind of hold it until you get your steps in the position that you want them in. So I know I want 1 step at 9 o'clock, 1 step at 3 o'clock, and then the other steps are going to be just kind of split out in the back. And this is kind of a bigger tree than I would normally climb. And normally I would be using my rappel rope to climb, so I would be able to swing around the tree a lot better. So now I pull a little bit tighter and lift it up. And I like my steps to be a little bit higher than my platform. Pull the buckle strap tight, cam it over. They kind of wiggle just a little bit, but that has nothing to do with the integrity of these steps. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and climb up the top of the platform, show you what it looks like to kind of rest on them and go around the tree. Some people are leaners, some people are sitters. Well, if you're a sitter and you don't have a ring of steps, your knees are going to be, you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on your knees, even with knee pads. And then, your feet are close together, so it's like a, struggle to stay there. So I like to recline. And then so what that allows me to do is I can bring my knees all the way around to the side of the tree, or if I've got my knee pads, I can just barely catch the tree and then recline. So if an opportunity arises, then I want to make my way around the tree, then I can catch these steps and to put me all the way around the tree. So, and I don't like to climb pine trees for this exact reason. I don't know if you can see or not, but there is a lot of side-to-side wobble in there, and I could get that strap a little bit tighter. If you do climb a pine tree, what I suggest is to cam the buckle over as tight as you can get it, and then back it off, pull it tighter, and then cam it over again. And what that's going to do is that's going to kind of compress the pine bark, and it's going to give your steps a little bit better of a bite. So to me, that's definitely a pretty good setup right there. It's minimalistic, it gives you a little bit more comfort, it gives you more accessibility to a bigger tree, and man, the packability is just out of this world. So alright, well, I'm going to come on down and show you some more. So now you're rappelling down the tree, and you get down to your one stick to take your one stick off, attach it to you, and come on down. Well, first thing you're going to want to do is undo your buckle, undo your little clip, slide all your steps to the end, slide your strap down to, or your buckle down to your steps, and then lay your buckle over like this. When you wrap it up, lay it inside of your buckle. And then you could just put this in your pouch on your saddle. Now you're all packed up. All you gotta do is pull your stick loose, wrap it up, come on down. You can't get much easier than that. Now, I wanted to show you one more thing before we get out of this heat and go back in the AC, but I wanted to show you how to install the buckle onto the strap, because if you do it wrong, it's not going to hold. So we're going to take the buckle all the way off, and so we're going to simulate this all the way around the tree. I just realized that I have this hook on there backwards. The hook needs to be flat against the tree on this side, so you can reach under the brass loop. You're going to hook that on, and then you're going to fold your buckle back to your hook, and then you're going to put your strap through all the way to the handle side hole, and then loop it back through that first groove. Pull it tight, and then what it does is when you cam it over, pulls that side tight, and then once it cams over, the force is pulling in a direction to where it's not going to allow it to cam back over without you doing it yourself. Alright, so I hope you guys were able to see what was going on outside. It was pretty hot. Was trying to hurry through it. But anyway, I wanted to give my final words on these things. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with them right now. I don't know how much this camo wrap will hold up being up against the tree like that. Also, if you're wondering, one of these rolls that you buy with the steps will do 4 of the steps, and you might have just a little bit left over, and I think I did waste a little bit. So if you wanted to get an extra roll, it's only $2 or something like that, so it's not a big deal. I think these are going to be a great addition, or upgrade if you will, to my old setup, and I can't wait to get them in the field and see how they do long term. One thing I can say is they weren't as wobbly as I thought they would be. Even though these are the 3/4 inch ones, Eastern Woods Outdoors squirrel steps have 3/4 and 1 inch. So I don't know if that 1/4 inch really would make that big of a difference. You can also get a 1 inch ratchet strap from Eastern Woods Outdoors, and that would also help you get it a little bit tighter, because it is a little difficult to cam that strap over. But I was using that with my previous setup and it worked out fine. Another thing I'll say is I don't know how this would fare as a ring of steps being used as a platform. The reason I say that is because of the wobble. I've only used these on a pine tree so far, so I don't know how much wobble will be taken out if you're on like an oak tree or something like that, but I could definitely see the wobble, or that sense of not having firm footing if you're using that ring of steps as a platform area without a platform. I'm definitely stoked about these, and I'll do an update video later on in the season and let you guys know how they're working out for me. But anyway, I hope this helped you guys out in making a decision, and I just wanted to share with you my little upgrade. So anyway, you guys stay tuned. We've got the Kuiu Venture 2300 backpack coming up. We've got the Camelback Trophy TS backpack, and doing a lot of editing on some climbing videos that we've been doing. So you guys stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time in Rob's Man Cave.